Hello! In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I recently got an Apple TV and how it has changed my life unexpectedly, just in my day-to-day. So before I was using a Roku Premier, I think, or Roku Express. I will get into that, the differences. The Roku was acting up, so I looked into another option and I chose Apple TV. Finally, it's been a long time coming. And when I got the Apple TV, it really exceeded my expectations, and I would go as far to say it's one of Apple's best products on the market. It runs in at around $100. That's a pretty low price point for an Apple product that really knocks it out of the park. So this is the third generation 4K, the 2021 version, not even the 2022 version. So here we are with the Apple TV. Check out the cool wallpapers. It downloads every week new wallpapers. You can tweak that in your settings. So here is the interface, and you can see this works like a mouse. If you swipe, it swipes down. Swipe to the left, it has touch functionality, but also click like an iPod wheel. You can click up or down and it reacts in that similar way. On the side, there's a Siri button. And then on the front, you've got a power button. I've changed that to the home screen, a back button, up or down for volume, which is cool. You do not need to set this up with your TV, but yet out of the box, up or down, it works with your TV's functionality. So I am controlling the volume. I can control the power with this. Prior models of Apple TV used kind of a glass remote, which was fragile. This is very solid. It's the same color as my MacBook. Very well built, makes for a great user experience. And I've been in the kitchen, like in the other room, and I like moved it over and it somehow knows, like the remote works pretty far, is what I'm trying to say. Here is the Apple TV. You can see it's pretty large compared to the Roku, which is on the right side. But I mean, with that comes better internals, better performance. It does have a little light, which can get annoying at night. I don't know if you can turn that on or off, but that is something to note. The Apple TV just works. That's one of the best things about it. It's very fast. It has an Apple processing chip, and you can go into an app like HBO Max, which was notoriously awful on my Roku. And not just my Roku device, on every Roku device I've used, it's just not built for it yet. So if I click on a show, like I was watching Gotham, for example, and I'm gonna mute it because it's copyrighted content, but I'm just showing this just so you know how quick it works. Gotham. Boom. You're in there, right? So if I go home, it's there. But what if I want to go back to HBO? It maintains the spot on the episode you were last in, which Roku does not always do. Actually, Roku usually closes the app upon close. This does not. If you double tap on the remote, on the icon that looks like a TV, it functions like an iPhone. So if an app is acting up, if I wanted to go to HBO, I would swipe to HBO, and then I would swipe up to close it, just like an iPhone. Another great thing about the Apple TV, where it has the upper edge to Roku, is the Apple Arcade. So Apple Arcade is a subscription service offered by Apple where you get access to some of the best game developers and cross-device functionality. So you can go in Apple TV, you can download whatever games you want. The one that goes over really well in my household is Crossy Road. I've been playing Crossy Road for years, and to see it on the TV, it is a fun thing to do when you're just like sitting on the couch and you don't feel like watching anything. So you swipe up to cross the road, or you can click. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing. And it's just a mindless thing. It works really well. The processing power I'm pretty impressed with. It works. It just always works. Whether you're playing a game, whether you close it, whether you open Hulu, whether you open HBO, it works like an Apple device, and it works like a really good Apple device. Like, it works as well as my favorite iPhone ever would work. Some of the other things you can do, you can use your iPhone to scan a code with this to tweak the colors if you choose to. That provides a color accuracy unlike ever before. especially if you're working with a TV that's not well known or doesn't have good color. This will tweak it. So if you hold on this TV icon, you get a sidebar, kind of like on a phone, the control center. So you can change your users if you choose to. We just all operate under me for the most part. You can go to sleep. You can do Airplay. So if I was on my phone, wherever my phone is, and say I was watching something, like say, what could I be watching? I don't know. Say I was listening to Spotify. So I can actually tap, which is the same with Roku. It just does not work as well. Tap on my phone, tap Airplay, and then tap living room. And it shows up there with the album art, even though it's on Spotify, which I did not even have downloaded to this TV. You can control it with your phone. There's a little Apple TV icon in the control center. There's a few. You can actually, if you're typing, it knows which Apple devices are nearby, and it'll be like, hey, do you want to type it on this? And then it makes things so much easier. So you can AirPlay your Mac to the TV if you needed like an external display type of thing. You can also connect AirPods. It is very smart. It knows when AirPods are nearby. And I love using that at night. If other people in the house are sleeping and I want to watch something without disturbing people, I will use my AirPods, and it works so well. The other thing I will note about Apple TV is that since it is an Apple product, you can expect Apple's privacy standard to be here. And this comes in because you don't see too many ads on this interface. It's very nice, seamless, it looks like an iPhone. You do get some ads on the Apple internal things, like you'll see this, which is like a recommendation from Apple. I don't mind them. You can shut that off, I think. I don't know if you can, don't quote me on that. But it works so well. It's a beast of a device, and at only $100, it is one of the best purchases I've made this year. It's something I've been thinking about buying for years, and I'm glad I held out and got this model. Even if you have a smart TV, I don't think your smart TV will work as well as this does. You can talk into the remote and say, Gotham. Why did it take me so long to think of a show? And it'll show you through the Apple TV. You can link HBO, Amazon Prime, Hulu. You can play it that way. Or if you're looking for a movie, like I'm trying to think of a movie that I haven't watched recently, like Lady Bird. And it'll show you where you can find this movie. So this movie's on Showtime. So you can do things like share play, so you can watch the same movie with friends. I've never tried it, but I know you can do it. I could go on and on. It's just an amazing device. It works like an Apple product. It works well. And now conversely, I'm gonna compare it to my Roku Express, I think. But I've had other Roku devices. I've had Roku Premiere, I've had Roku Stick. I've had a fair share of Roku devices, and they all do the same thing. And I've even checked Amazon recently to see if the reviews have changed, and they have not. So let's do that. Let's switch to Roku and I'll explain the differences. So Roku is a good run-of-the-mill device. It's a great streaming device for what it does. It has this beautiful wallpaper. It's one of my favorite things about it. I can just sit there and stare into the abyss.
I want to go to there.
And it changes every so often. Right now it's a winter background. I had like separation anxiety when I switched to Apple TV. But after a while, there will be ads, which is alright, but it's not the best. So here's the Roku remote. I bought this in 2021. Very standard, no voice, just up and down buttons. There is a home and back, settings, and then you can see that there's Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, and Vudu. And now Disney Plus actually does not work with Roku out of the box. The ad-supported plan is not working with Roku, but I wanted to show you specifically what I've been dealing with when I go to HBO Max. Right now it's working faster than it ever has, probably because I haven't used it in a while. But if I go to HBO Max, it's very slow. Very slow. Sometimes I don't even get this screen. Okay, so I'm gonna click on the same episode of Gotham we just clicked on. I'm using the Apple TV to control it because this controls all, this does not. So it was pretty quick, but I want to show you the difference if I press the home button and then if I go into the app, it relaunches it. So it's not going to save your spot. You have to go through the whole thing again. And that's fair because it's a $35 to $40 device. So what can you expect of it? But I'm saying that the Apple TV is worth, it's so much better. It's worth the upper investment. The other thing about Roku is there will be ads on the side, which I don't mind, honestly. I kind of like billboards and stuff, but I do mind it when it comes to privacy. These two are very different when it comes to privacy, and I will tack another one onto this, the Fire Stick. I will say that the Apple standard for privacy, in my opinion, far exceeds Roku or Amazon. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You can look at the specifics online. I don't in any way feel like my data is being compromised by using Roku, but I feel like I can trust Apple with any information, so it's a good thing to think about. A lot of these apps do not work well with Roku. I was surprised that HBO Max actually worked. If you're just gonna use this for light browsing, like going on YouTube or something, it works great. There are a few games on Roku, I've never tried them. There's the Roku channel, which offers you free content only exclusively to Roku customers. It does not have a microphone, it cannot control your TV. However, you can use your phone to control it through the Roku app. So I am pretty impressed with that, but I think overall, just Roku isn't as good. It just doesn't work as well. If you use it for a while, it gets bogged down, which is what I've found with every Roku device I've ever owned. It gets slow with time. And Apple TV, I've owned it only for a month, but I can say that I've noticed no difference in terms of speed. It works very fast, very smoothly. It works like an Apple device, and it has honestly made my life so much easier. Just airplaying stuff from my phone to the TV, my AirPods, being able to play Crossy Road, being able to play Apple Arcade games, using this remote, which is rechargeable versus having to find batteries for this thing. And this remote is beautiful. You can just leave it on the table. It looks minimalist and nice. This one, it looks like an ad. There's like all these different buttons. I don't know. The one pro I will give Roku is its wallpaper. I think that the wallpaper for Roku is phenomenal, and I still miss it, even though Apple TV has their own like very nice cinescapes, but they're not the same. But yeah, they're two pretty solid devices, but I will say I made the switch to the Apple TV, and it is one of my favorite pieces of technology I've ever owned, and I stand by that. I really think it is a great device. Especially if you're thinking like, I don't know, like what is it gonna do for me? It's not gonna change my day to day. Even if you have a smart TV, I'm telling you, if you have the extra money to work with, it's a fun investment. It just makes life better. It's fantastic. Definitely buy one if you can, especially if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone or if you don't have AirPods, you're not gonna reap the benefits as much, but if you do, it works like an iPhone on your TV. It's amazing. All right, thanks for watching. Comment down below what you think of Apple TV if you have one, or if you like Roku, comment that down below. I didn't mean in any way to bash Roku. I think Roku is better than Amazon Fire Stick or things like that, so it's one of the best alternatives. I love that I can hook it up to a projector. It's not clunky, it's portable. It works, but it just doesn't work as well. Alright, thank you for watching. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see from me. I've been trying out different formats, different videos. If you want to see more vlogs, let me know. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. If you want to see more like music related videos, let me know. I really want to know. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Ready? I'm gonna shut it off. Shut off everything with this one little button. Ready? TV and all. Boom.